guys are under some sort of adverse conditions on top of all this. There's the number board going up, getting them ready. These guys are revving it up.
You're going to go full 10?
And they are off. Here we go. It's kind of tough to tell. We've got new numbers for all these riders, so we're just going to have to catch them as they come down around start-finish again. But there's a whole pack. Now, there's some equally prepared bikes and a whole mass of guys banging handlebars going through turn number 1. And made it through without an incident. That's nice. That's nice. These guys aren't novices anymore, are they, Keith?
No, they've had a chance to ride out here for a year, and a lot of them have been, or most of them have been through the Superbike school and have ridden these bikes before. So I think that they've got it pretty well dialed in. They've done 5 laps now, and you know, you catch on pretty fast in the racing format, and it looks like it's going to be a good race already.
Yeah, they're in there. Look at that. There's you could throw a blanket over the first 10 guys, it looks like. But let's not. Whoops, we got some riders riding off the course here. Oh, they're back on. Now, there we go. That's the racer there.
That was great. This is looking a lot like the California Superbike School Challenge races that we've run throughout the years. This year we did one at Loudon, New Hampshire, and we had 10 of the best riders in the United States. Doug Chandler, Dale Quarterly, Dan Shivington, Randy Renfro, Donnie Green, some champions in there. And by on the last lap of the 12-lap races we did at Loudon, the 9 bikes were left at the end. There were 10 riders to start with, and they all came through within 3/4 of a second at the start-finish line, Chris. It looked like somebody was making a play for it on the back straightaway, but they didn't quite get away. Everybody's in the draft. This looks more like mile racing than motorcycle road racing. Everybody's in the draft now. Nobody's getting away. Steve Elmore is in the lead, but he just got drafted by Pete DeLeo. They're going for it. This is a Superbike School Challenge in the first tradition. Somebody went off in turn 1 down there. Riders down. Must have got in there a little too hard. And the race is moving on. They haven't stretched it out yet. Looks like the top 5, 6, 7 riders are all still in contention for the top place money. The $500 for first place, $300 for second, and $200 for third. One rider got a little over enthusiastic down there in turn 1, and we're rolling the ambulances out, so there will be a yellow flag, and that'll slow them down a little bit. The rider is up now, so it looks like we don't know what happened to our Superbike school bike, but definitely the rider's up, and that's what really counts. As Chris pointed out earlier, this is the first time these guys have ever run for money, and it doesn't look like there's any lack of experience out there. Certainly the bikes are about as equal as they could be. They're all our Kawasaki 600 Ninjas that we're using at the school, and number 12 is in the lead now, and that's Pete DeLeo, and he doesn't have a safe lead. He doesn't have a safe lead at all because those guys are right in his draft. There's 6 guys up there for the lead, Chris.
Well, it's just amazing to me. These 6 guys going for first place. That is good. Okay, the rider that went down in turn 1 was Matt Bygum. This guy's been racing with us a long time. He's up and okay. He's a couple bumps and bruises, but according to our experts up there in turn 1, he's doing okay, and he'll bring him back down into the pits. Bad luck for Matt.
Chris, there's still 5 guys in first place as far as I can tell. Nobody's really broken the draft, and I just wonder what it's going to be like next year when they go for the Superbike School factory ride program and the Challenge Cup Series, when they go for that $15,000 worth of sponsorship with the 600 Formula USA bike and the Dunlop tires and the free entry fees and the gas and leathers and helmets, boots and gloves. I don't know what it's going to look like next year. Right now, this is darn good racing. This looks like the best racing we've seen all day.
That's right, Keith, and it's these guys are racing for... Uh-oh, somebody left. The lead swapped again here. These guys are only racing, well, I shouldn't say only, but these guys are racing for $1,000 compared to what they're going to race for next year. I'll bet the competition intensifies somewhat. We'll get a lot more guys out for that one.
Right, Chris. I'm sure that's going to be the case. Certainly there's a lead change again, and Bowie went back into the lead. Chris, part of the program for next year, and one of the reasons we're doing it is to get some of the riders out of the canyons, off the streets, and onto the racetrack. We hope to build up the novice class here at the Willow Springs Motorcycle Association, and try to, I don't know if we can make any big changes in the street and canyon racers out there. They certainly got a bad name for themselves at the moment with all the television coverage, but getting them out here, bringing them into the racing environment, I think we can pretty easily prove that motorcycle road racing is definitely a better alternative than riding around up on Mulholland Drive or up on the Crest or down the Ortega Highway. And we hope that people who find out about the Superbike School Challenge Series and also the factory ride program that we're going to do next year will mention it to anybody they know who's out there fooling around in the canyons going too fast, and let them know that they can come out here and go racing. Well, Chris, right now we got two groups of two riders going for first place, two riders going for second, and we got one guy coming in there who's got a long hope of getting into third place, but at the moment it's two for first, two for second, and one guy out there in fifth, but the draft is still working. Here we go. We got the draft working for number 12 gets back into the lead, Pete DeLeo, and they just got by Mick St. Laurent again. And it looks like we got a little power differential, maybe a little weight differential. Certainly they're pretty equal through the turns.
Okay, we just got the medical crew heading back up into position in turn 4 there. They always run their lights on the course. We don't have any problem up there. Just getting back in position here. It looks like we've got somebody pulling in out of the hunt here. It's bike number 5. That looks like Ken Leota. He's pulled out of the race and pulling back into the pits here. He must have some sort of problem, maybe mechanical. We're not sure yet. We'll find out there for you. Meanwhile, we still got that 5-rider duel up there in the front for the top 5 positions. They're spreading out a little bit, but not much. Just like to warn you guys in the last race that it's definitely going to be shortened down. We're really fighting some daylight here, so... Okay, we got somebody else pulling out here. This is bike number 8. That's Darrell White pulling in. We'll probably get some information on these guys when they get unsuited down there, what's going on here. Meanwhile, here it comes down the line. We're halfway on this race, and in first position we've got bike number 10. That's 10 is Nick St. Louis. Then we had bike number 9, Steve Gillen. Bike number 12, Pete DeLeo. These guys are swapping positions like a Hollywood party here, don't you think?
Definitely, they're interested in those first 3 positions, the one that pay money. They've been racing for trophies all year long, Chris, and this is the first time they have raced for money, as you pointed out earlier. And $500, I remember when I was racing in my first year, would have been, even then, well, then especially, would have just about made my whole year.
The last race has been shortened to 6 laps with one warm-up lap, so I see the moon coming up here high in the sky. I mean, when the moon gets brighter than the sun, we're in bad shape. Hopefully this thing will go along. I realize you guys all know that this was caused by this downpour that kind of got us this weekend, and I can't apologize for Mother Nature, but we'll give her a break, I guess, huh?
Well, it looks like we do have a definite race change here. We've got 2 guys up there who are still playing the drafting and passing business. It looks like our rider who's in 3rd position, who I don't know the name of right at the moment, is pretty safely in 3rd position at this point, unless he makes a big mistake. Chris, it looks to me like he's pretty much got that 3rd place money sewn up. Yeah, Mike St. Laurent and Steve Gillen in 2nd place, and I didn't get the 3rd as he went away. Okay, 3rd was Pete DeLeo. Lawrence McNutt was in 4th, and Bill Amesbury was in 5th place. It looks like the riders who came in, Ken Leota and Darrell White, one of the riders had dark sunglasses on, and as the sun's going down here, as Chris pointed out, we're definitely fighting a moonrise sunset situation right here, and the other rider just didn't feel comfortable riding the machine this evening. I say this evening and mean it. But we still got a race out here. The money's still up in the air, so the race is not over until the checkered flag flies. Until John throws it, the money's still up in the air. Chris, it looks like the lead stretched out just a little bit through the turn 8 section, and our 2nd place rider appears to have a little bit of an edge going into turn 9 down there. And it's pretty much the same. We got Mike St. Laurent and Steve Gillen in 1st and 2nd, and number 12, Pete DeLeo in 3rd, and number 3, Lawrence McNutt in 4th. 14 is Bill Amesbury in 5th place. We've got a good race going back here for 6th place. They've got a little bit of drafting action going right there, but they're not in for the money at the moment. Well, there's certainly a lot of activity up here in the control tower trying to decide what to do with this dark situation. If those clouds would lift a little bit, we'd certainly be able to get some light on the situation and get these other races off. But at the moment, oh, here we go. Here's our 1st and 2nd place riders. Number 10 in the lead, number 9 in 2nd place. Mick St. Laurent got by Steve Gillen there. So 1st place money is definitely, there's sparks coming out of bike number 12. We don't know what sparks are coming out of bike number 12. We don't know exactly what's going on there, but there are sparks coming out of it.
Well, I've got some bad news for the Super Street racers. All the officials are in agreement. This thing is getting too dark. Turn 9 is really getting a tough one to see. You guys were racing for money. We're really sorry. We're going to This is going to be the last race of the day, guys. We just, the Mother Nature won us here. The sun and the moon just took over, so we'll give you a refund on your entry fees, and I'm really sorry. Anybody that came out that didn't get to race, my apologies, but it was just one of those deals. The storm this weekend and the short days got to us. So if you guys want to head down to registration, we'll give you a refund on your entry fee, and once again, I'm sorry. Just our opinion, we think it's going to be too dangerous to complete any of this stuff. Okay, last lap coming up here. Still got a race for first place here. We're on the coming up. Next time they start finish line, they got 2.5 miles to go. Oh, it looks like we got a little distance between these guys. Somebody's pulling away here. It's bike number 9. That's Steve Gillen. He's got first place pretty well sewn up, and then Nick St. Lawrence is going for it. We got a race. We got Sparks coming out of bike number 12. He's fighting for fourth. I hope he makes that final lap. Going down the front, something's rubbing there. And the Sparking bike just took third position going through turn 1. Maybe that's his supercharger going there, huh, Keith? That bike had a supercharger, right? It's a turbo.
Well, he's going for the money, so I don't know what the heck. I saw him fooling around with it before the start of the race. I don't know. Maybe that's just him.
Yeah, that's Sparks coming out of Pete there. Okay, here's a... Okay, our leader's coming around into turn 8. Boy, there's a Sparky's going on the back straightaway. He's flying. Okay, here he comes. Our leader's coming down the front straightaway. And it's bike number 9, Steve Gillen, is the Supervisor Challenge Cup Series final winner for $500. Then we got number 10, Nick St. Lawrence. And number 2, Steve Elmore. There's the top 3 finishers for you guys. Hey, that was a heck of a deal, Keith. That's a race. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that spark thing out. He was throwing about 15 feet of sparks going down the back straightaway. I'm really curious to find out what the heck that was.
Hey, whatever it is, it didn't hurt, I guess. You know, he was right up in the hell, wasn't he?